Once a smoker, always a
Smoker
smoker.
is a popular myth which we are going to bust today, and I wanted you to appreciate your decision to quit smoking. This video will transform your thought and help you to quit smoking successfully like thousands of other people quitting smoking all around the world daily.
More than 1.3 million people quit smoking successfully every year according to WHO's report. Here is my journey. I was 13 when I light up my first cigarette, and after years of smoking, my situation is ended up like this. I wasn't able to run a shorter distance. I am facing health issues. I am always insecure about bad breath, and I wasted thousands of money on buying those cancer sticks.
Then I finally said, enough. Now I wanted to quit smoking. But the question is, how? How am I going to quit smoking? After lots of trial and failures, I did not only figure out how to quit smoking, but it just changed the way I look at smoking and cigarette. And now I can say happily I'm a non-smoker, and that's all become possible because I trained my subconscious mind in that way.
Here is some famous quotes about subconscious mind. Whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become a reality. Once a subconscious mind accepts the idea, it begins to execute it.
So I successfully quit using power of my subconscious mind, and now it's your turn to quit. And I guarantee you that you will also become a non-smoker just like me. And the best part about this method is you will not crave for cigarette once you will have your final cigarette, and why you will know in later of this video.
Here is what we will learn in this video. Number 1, other methods to quit and why they fail. Number 2, nicotine receptors. Why generally we do get addicted to smoking or nicotine. Number 3, deceptions. Deception simply means false belief about something, and in this case we will learn about false beliefs we have about smoking. Number 4, media manipulation. How movies, television, social media manipulates us. Number 5, mindful smoking. Mindful smoking is an exercise which we will do, and it's a very important part of the video. Number 6, I will tell my story in a brief. On number 7, we will prepare for quitting. Other methods to quit. Number 1, self-control method. In self-control method, we generally use willpower and dedication to restrict ourselves from smoking, and that willpower and dedication are backed by the bad causes cigarette cause, like a health issue or waste of money, etc. Well, most of the self-control attempts fail in the first week itself, and the remaining attempts fail at any stressful, unpleasant, unplanned situation or an event, or simply it breaks with the idea of having only one cigarette or smoking occasionally. Method number 2, substitute method. In this substitute method, we try to replace cigarettes with nicotine gums, nicotine patches, or vaping, etc. But we forget that nicotine is only one aspect of smoking. We love the feeling of smoking, and nicotine receptors is still active in our brain. So after some time, we gave up on substitute and start smoking again. The main problem is craving, and by the using substitute, we feel like we are sacrificing the taste and feeling of smoking.
Well, there are some other methods like cutting down method where we try to gradually reduce smoking, but the same principle which apply on self-control method applies here, and we generally fail. And the question is, what we will do different in this method so it is gonna succeed? Well, it's a good question, and we are gonna understand that why this method will gonna succeed.
Well, in this method, we will understand smoking, how smoking affects us physically, psychologically, and then we will train our subconscious mind in a way that quitting smoking will become easy and enjoyable. Also, we don't feel like we are sacrificing something. Your beliefs and desire about smoking will completely change.
So watch the video till the end to turn around your life.
Nicotine receptors. As we know, our brain is a complex place and made of millions of neurons. When we smoke our first cigarette, our brain develops nicotine receptor. And as we smoke more and more, our brain develops more and more nicotine receptor to store nicotine. Nicotine receptors working is simple. When we smoke, it stores nicotine and then slowly transmit it to our brain. and in exchange our brain releases dopamine and we feel good. But the bad part is that when nicotine receptors get empty, then it starts to cry for nicotine and we feel it as a urge to smoke. When we fulfill the urge of nicotine, it will store nicotine and again slowly serve to the brain, and that process continued. But the good thing is that if you don't smoke for a week, then receptors will start to become inactive and slowly your urge for smoke will go away. Then the question arises that why do people fail after a month or more of not smoking? Where the relapse come from?
Well, it is because of deception. Deception simply means a false belief which is associated with something. Let's understand this with an example. So, if you provide food to your dog every time after pressing a bell, after some time your dog will develop a deception that every time bell got pressed, the food arrives. But in general, the food and bell has no connection. Food is provided by you. So, in that case, your dog has deception that the whenever bell got pressed he gets food. If you still don't understand this, you will understand this in better when I will give you an example. We smokers also have lots of deception about smoking, so I wanted you to write down all of your deception in a journal. Here is my deception I write down while I was quitting smoking. Well, that's not true because relief you feel after smoking is just the fulfillment of nicotine receptors. And the fact is, smokers are always less happy than non smokers for various reasons. Here is a graph you refer to, you will understand this much better.
So here is the graph. You can see here two variants, non-smoker ones and smoker one. So when non-smoker are in normal days, he has his normal tensions of life, and when he is happy, then he can reach the full 100% happiness. And when he is sad, then he also feels sad. But in smoker's case, he has also tensions like non-smokers, but also some extra tensions because of smoking. So he's always on minus 15, and when he feel happiness or when he is happy, then he is unable to reach 100% happiness like non-smoker. And when he is sad, then he's because he already starting from minus 15, so he generally reach more sadness than non-smokers.
Also, when we smoke, our blood pressure become high, our heart rate increase, some smoker experience a minor headache, our productivity decrease, we feel sleepy, our fingertips started to stink, our breaths become bad, and all of this if is enjoyable or relaxing, then it might be that smoking is relaxing or enjoyable. But all of this is not anywhere near the relaxing or enjoyable. So smoking is enjoyable or smoking is relaxing is a completely myth or we can say deception.
Well, everybody has their own deception, and all the deceptions I write down while I was speaking is in description. So go and check out, and don't forget to write down your own deception.
Olivia says about deception, it is not a shame to be deceived, but it is the stay in a deception. Thomas Sowell says about deception, deception is one of the quickest ways to gain a little things and lost a big thing.
So it is important to remove those deception, but the question is from where that deceptions come from. Well, one of many sources of those deceptions is media manipulation.
Media manipulation. How television, movies, and social media influence us to smoke. Watch these clips first. They try to promote smoking as a cool way to live. They plant occasional routine smoking on our mind like you are happy when you are happy, smoke. When you are sad, smoke and drink. Smoking in a college is cool, etc.
Jim Morrison says, whoever controls the media controls the mind. And the list of media manipulation is endless. So let's directly jump into the exercise, which is mindful smoking exercise. And that's the main part of the video. So listen carefully and apply it carefully.
Mindful smoking.
We smokers generally don't pay attention to smoking while we smoke. We generally smoke subconsciously, like while doing something else or while thinking something else.
But from now on, I wanted you to pay attention and focus on smoking from your next smoke. Here is what you have to do. Try to feel the sensation when you inhale and exhale the smoke. Pay close attention to smoke around you, which you just exhale. Smell your fingertip. Observe how satisfying smoking is to you. Observe your heart rate. Observe the other smokers around you, like what they are doing while smoking, how they are smoking. Are they look relaxed after smoke or while they are smoking, etc. And this is an important exercise, so don't miss on it.
I was 13 when I started smoking. It was my friend's idea to try it, and inspirations are everywhere. Like, my father is a smoker, and hundreds of other smokers around us who smoke regularly. So inspirations are never a problem. And after that, we smoked for the first time, and I got minor headache, but wasn't enough to stop me from smoking. So we continue to smoke occasionally, sometimes, and that happened regularly. But the main turning comes when I join a college and I make new friends in college, and most of them are a smoker. So I also joined them and I started to smoke regularly. I started to smoke on a regular basis, and that's how. And after that, everybody knows what happens. My tolerance levels got increased, and I I started to smoking more and more. So after 12 years of smoking, and eight of them are chain smoking, I finally realized to notice some health issues, and that's where my quit journey started. And I tried more than 100 plus time to quit, and most of them are not even lasted for 24 hours, but some of them are lasted for very few of them are lasted for 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. But my famous breakthrough come when I haven't smoked for 3 months, and on that attempt, this video, how to quit smoking in 3 days, helped me a lot. So so that was my famous breakthrough. But after that, something happens and I smoked again.
But after 3 months, I started again with my friend, thinking that I will smoke occasionally. But I don't have to tell what happens after. I again smoke for some months and trying to quit. Then again, one attempt lasted for 1 month. Then I started smoking in a stressful situation, and I slowly reached 20 plus a cigarette per day. Again attempting for quit. In one attempt, I exactly smoked after 24 hours. I was upset and somehow I found Quitsure app on the internet. I installed it and decided to try, and the app is just so awesome that it changed the way I looked at smoking and cigarette. It just changed my thought process, and after completing their 7 days module, I was finally able to quit. Not only quit, but now my mindset gives me confidence that I will not smoke for rest of my life.
Whatever you see in this video till now is basically a summary of Quitsure app and my experience. And Quitsure app is the same app which helped me to stop smoking, and I am pretty much sure that it will also help you to quit smoking. And as a smoker, we smoke for years, so training our mindset in 15 minutes is quite a hard task. So that's why Quitsure created 7 days module which we have to attend every day. And I'm pretty much sure on a 7th day you will be ready to quit, and you will quit with different mindset and different thought process, that you will never miss the smoking. And that's what my experience tell you. And I also wanted to tell that this video is not sponsored by Quitsure. It is just I wanted to give it back, that they helped me to quit smoking, and that's my way to give Quitsure short. So and if you don't wanted to download Quitsure and wanted to quit right now, then I wanted you to follow this 5 steps which I am giving you right now.
Here is a 5-step process you have to follow in terms of quit smoking. Number 1, choose the quit date. Ideally, you have to choose 7th day whenever you are watching this video. Number 2, watch this video daily. You have to download this video offline, or you can watch it online daily. Number 3, Go to the description and make a journal. Number 4, do mindful smoking exercise each day. And number 5, just quit on 7th day without thinking anything. You might feel nervous, but that's very common. So just quit on 7th day.
So at the end, I just wanted to say just quit on 7th day, whatever happens, and give yourself some reward and enjoy your smoke free journey throughout your life.